Just the tips with Gamertag. Burnout Paradise City. Hey guys, it's Gamertag here, and right now I'm playing a game that kind of slipped under the radar a little. It's called Burnout Paradise City, and it takes place in Portland, which I like, but it involves a lot of hardcore street racing, which means that things are going to get complicated, and they're going to get complicated fast. So the game starts out with the Guns N' Roses song Paradise City, which is okay, but I say, how about a little Aerosmith? Love in an air. The more stunts that you do, the more fire appears in the corner of the screen. I don't know what it does, but it looks awesome. Lost? That thing in the corner of the screen's a map. Booyah.
Build up your collection of cars, then
you're gonna get sick of the DJ that keeps talking through the whole game. But there's a really simple solution.
Time and win an upgraded model.
Later, we're heading down to the first floor. Oh, come on now. No reason for it. So that's Burnout Paradise City. The bottom line, it's the most realistic racing game of all time. Take the tips you heard here, and you'll be a Portland trailblazer in no time, just like me. Burnout Portland, you just got tagged! A Gamertag film!
X-Play, TV's most watched video game show.
Today on X-Play, we've got the latest on Spore, Little Big Planet, Tiberium, Resident Evil 5, and more. Join us as we unveil our big ones, the games we want to play right now. Then we review the latest in the Shin Megami Tensei series. Find out if the extra content in Persona 3 Fest is worth going to school for a second time. Plus, why leave the house when there's WiiWare? We preview the new Japanese titles for Nintendo's new downloadable service. Grab your Wii wallet, it's game time.
Welcome to X-Play, the only video game show that still takes your calls. I'm Morgan Webb.
And I'm Adam Sessler. We're coming to you from the GeForce Studios in Los Angeles on Monday, April 7th. And on today's show, we review Shin Megami Tensei Persona 3 Fest. You'll get to shoot yourself in the head all over again for 30 more hours.
Then Kristen Holt is here with a Viking Battle for Asgard sheet that'll have you on the hunt for skulls. Plus, we preview Nintendo's latest money printing machine, WiiWare, and check out which titles are already available in Japan. Yep, there are Pokemon. But first, let's hunt and gather all of the top headlines in today's gaming update.
X-Play's learned that Novin Technologies has signed an agreement with Electronic Arts, allowing them to incorporate 3D touch technology in several of EA's best-selling PC games. The Novin Falcon is a PC gaming peripheral that lets you control a game in 3 dimensions with accurate force feedback. The list of EA games includes Madden NFL 08 and 09, Tiger Woods PGA Tour 08, Battlefield 2, and Battlefield 2142. The release of Fallout 3 might still be a while away, but that's not stopping anyone from leaking new screenshots onto the web. The latest batch popped up on the NeoGAF forum and can be traced to a German gaming website simply called PC Games. Innovative. The screens show some very impressive details, from a desolate ghost town to severed limbs and creepy skinless zombies. Don't worry, we'll continue to follow the updates on this game until it's in our greedy little hands. In other news, a handful of hackers have managed to crack the DRM lock on a few PlayStation Network games for the PSP. The hackers appear to have created a custom firmware allowing them to bypass the DRM that would normally prevent PSN games from playing on multiple PSPs. So far, the hackers have targeted games such as Flow and Beats, but other PSN games may be next, like the upcoming Echo Chrome. Finally, Xbox Live took a major hit over the weekend. After the release of the Call of Duty 4 Variety Map Pack, many gamers have complained they received error messages while trying to purchase the maps, if they even got online in the first place. Those who are lucky enough to play the handful of new maps claim they experienced major connection issues. The joys of paying for online gaming. Well, that's all for today's gaming update. If you've got the scoop on a hot story that's semi-legitimate, send us a tip on our website. All you have to do is head over to g4tv.com/xplay and click on Tip XPlay. While you're there, you can also get all of the day's up-to-the-minute video game news. But now, let's go over to Morgan, who has a review that might seem a little, I don't know, deja vu.
Thanks, Adam. Persona 3.
Coming up on X-Play, Kristen Holt pulls her longboat up to shore to deliver a skull-filled Viking Battle for Asgard cheat. Then we preview the latest Japanese titles for Nintendo's WiiWare. Plus, we have the latest on all of 2008's big ones. Resident Evil 5, Spore, Little Big Planet, and more. Stay tuned.
Netflix interviews.
Welcome back to X-Play. Viewers at home, we don't want this show to be a one-sided relationship.
No.
We want to know what's on your mind, so send us the video viewer mail. It's fast and painless. All you have to do is go to our website, g4tv.com/xplay, and click on the Interact page.
There you'll find all the details on how to upload your questions, comments, Final Fantasy fan love. And if you ask us a solid question that gets on the show, we're going to send you some premium swag in the mail. You can get Jinx t-shirts, DVDs, games, and, you know, whatever else is lying around on Adam's desk.
What?
Well, in Viking Battle for Asgard, you're tasked with booting hell out of Midgard. It's no easy job, and it certainly doesn't allow for time to smell the roses or pick up random skulls for that matter. Thankfully, Kristen Holt is here to help you multitask.
Thanks, Morgan. By now, I'm sure you're all masters at grabbing skulls thanks to Halo 3. Lucky for you, Viking's hidden treasures aren't as difficult to get to. All right, cheaters, we know you want achievement points, and we know you're all a bunch of lazy goofballs that can't do anything on your own. That's why we love you so. So we're gonna help you out. We've got all the locations of the Darkwater Skulls in Viking Battle for Asgard. You want those Skulldagger achievements, right? So pay attention. That's the Viking way to do things. First off, and this isn't the Viking way to do things, you're gonna have to sneak into the fort to get these skulls. Let's get skullin'. For skull numero uno, jump this hippie-ish fence, then another, and see that thing by the crates? That's a skull. Now, try and sneak up on these guards. You'll probably have to get all Philip Seymour Hoffman on the guards to get to the second skull. Nothing wrong with that. It'll only make the reward that much sweeter. Now, climb up that red fence. The third skull is there for the taking. Take it. Are you man enough to take it? Then climb another fence. Lots of fences in Viking days. See that well? Well, head over there and pick up the fourth skull. Now, head on over to these crates for the fifth skull. You might have to do battle afterwards. So be it. For the last and final skull, make haste for the red portal. Ah, the red portal. Leap down below, and there's the sixth and final skull. Achievement unlocked. Now you can kick some booty worry-free. Pretty easy, don't you think? There you have it. All the cheats and red skulls you'll ever need. Until next time, of course. That's the Viking way to do things. And be sure to keep watching X-Play because later in the week, I'll help you find the second batch of skulls. Check g4tv.com/cheat for the latest tips and tricks. Right now, I'm going to send it back over to Adam.
Thank you, Kristen. All right. Scarin spends most of his free time hacking off limbs and preventing Ragnarok, and he does it all while shirtless. In today's X list, we take a look at 5 other bare-chested brawlers. At number 5 is Astaroth from Soul Calibur. If you're going to swing an axe that big, sleeves are only going to restrict you.
Number 4 is Jax from Mortal Kombat. He was the series' first African-American character and has the handy ability of turning into a lion for fatalities. Coming in at number 3 is the entire WWE roster. In their universe, the only reason for shirts are to have them dramatically ripped off.
Number 2 is Kratos from God of War. If you're going to wear the blood of your family, you might as well show it off. And number 1 is Zangief from Street Fighter. His lack of a shirt perplexed many young males. What exactly is that on his chest?
All right, coming up, get an exclusive look at this summer's hottest and most anticipated games with X-Play's Summer Games Preview. We will have 5 days of in-depth coverage and take you inside Little Big Planet, Too Human, and The Force Unleashed.
And much more. We'll have the world premiere demos and brand new footage of the summer's biggest titles every day that week. Plus, we'll kick the week off with a 1-hour Grand Theft Auto 4 special. Week-long coverage starts April 28th. Check out g4tv.com/summergames for info and updates.
Now, when X-Play returns, we preview the latest WiiWare titles to hit Japan, and we'll show off our big ones, the games we're looking forward to in 08. But first, let's take a look at who's at the top of the leaderboard for Mr. Driller Online.
If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, word life. If you dig this, then you dug this, cause I'm all about the nerd life, word life, yeah. G4 X-Play.
Welcome back to X-Play. There's a lot to look forward to this year. Arbor Day, for example, it's only a few weeks away, and who can wait until Flag Day is here? There's also a few video games I'm looking forward to playing. Check out the big ones.
From the folks who brought you The Sims comes the next step in evolution for sim-type games. Spore starts you off as a microbe trying to survive the dog-eat-dog world of the title pool. Then you evolve into a land-based creature which learns to socialize, build civilizations, and eventually leave the planet to explore the cosmos. You'll be able to customize the look of your new life forms and even their architecture. The scope of the game seems huge, and EA expects to support Spore for the next 10 years with expansions. Look for Spore in September. If you're a gamer in search of something different, then Little Big Planet may be the game for you. Players control little customizable dudes named Sackboys, who are used to run obstacle courses. While this may look very simple, the game physics make for interesting play. Using creativity and the teamwork of other players, it will allow you to find several possibilities of passing a single obstacle. Players will unlock tools and items that you can use to build your own levels, which can be uploaded for other users to play. Little Big Planet will be available sometime this fall. Tiberium is a tactical first-person shooter set in the world of Command & Conquer. The dark, futuristic design looks nothing less than stunning. And move over, Megatron. There's a new transforming gun in town. Your only weapon in the game, the GD-10, will perform as a railgun, grenade launcher, sniper rifle, and missile launcher all in one. You'll also have squads under your control, a feature that will be available in multiplayer as well. We'll update you on Tiberium's release date later this year. We ain't in Raccoon City anymore, Toto. Resident Evil 5 continues the story with protagonist Chris Redfield. There's not a lot of info out on this one yet, but we know there are lots of fans waiting for it. We do know that the controls will be very similar to Resident Evil 4, which makes us happy. We've also heard that staying out in the heat too long can cause Chris to hallucinate. Developers have stated that the game will feature some online elements, and from the trailer we can tell you that zombies now run. The trailer has also told us that this game probably won't win any friends with the NAACP. Expect Resident Evil 5 out sometime next year. Stay tuned to X-Play for more updates on all these releases. First, all those games look good, but Little Big Planet, can we just discuss this for a second? The game is awesome.
It's so cute, but it's not cute in that saccharine way. They've managed to hit a really, balance of adults being like, oh, that is the cutest thing I've ever seen, but it's not saccharine.
Well, no, it's one of the things, really, for all those crazy people out there still think like it looks a little bit cute.
Yeah.
Every person I've ever seen pick up a controller and play this game, there is a smile on your face in seconds. There's something so endearing about the expressiveness of the Sackboys.
But you also see like how much creativity other people can bring into it, and since people are going to be able to make their own levels, yeah, most of them are going to be terrible and stupid, but there are going to be some that are amazing with great art and, you know, people actually expressing themselves through these levels, and I can't wait to see what people come up with.
Plus, you can do skits in it, which I think is neat. There's some great content coming out. Anyway, when X Play returns, we'll check out WiiWare and all of Nintendo's brand new downloadable games. But first, try to figure out the answer to this trivia question.
The writer of Viking and Heavenly Sword is the daughter of which famous British author? Is the answer A, Neil Gaiman, B, Philip Pullman, or C, Terry Pratchett? We'll have the answer right after the break. Don't move.
Fans and critics agree Attack of the Show is time well wasted.
Testify!
One of the coolest shows on TV. Attack of the Show, weeknights at 7 and 10, only on G4. Podcast.
Before the break, we asked you this question. The writer of Viking and Heavenly Sword is the daughter of which famous British author? The answer is C, Terry Pratchett. Pratchett is the author of the Discworld series, Making Money, and Wintersmith.
Did you get it right? Welcome back to X Play. On May 19th, Nintendo is set to launch WiiWare, an online game distribution hub for developers that don't want to bother with CDs or random warehouse buyers. WiiWare is already live in Japan, and here's a preview of some of the titles we're hoping are going to make the jump to this side of the globe. So far, WiiWare's launch in Japan has given gamers some solid titles to choose from. One of the ones we like is everyone's Pokemon Ranch, whose name might change for the US release. This game lets you transfer your hard-earned Pokemon from the Diamond and Pearl editions onto your Wii. Once they arrive, your stored Miis can interact with and raise the cuddly critters. Pokemon Ranch was a bit confusing to play in Japanese, but we have to admit we like the game's adorable look, and hardcore Pokemaniacs will love the chance to bring their furry friends into the third dimension, though we did sometimes find ourselves hypnotized by our Pokemon's vacant stares. Wow. From the development house that brought you the Guilty Gear series, Okiraku Ping Pong is a game where you try and beat the pants off your anime-styled friends. As you'd expect, the game uses the motion-sensitive controller to simulate the racket, and in our experience, it worked quite well. There's no word on whether or not this one will arrive on US shores, but we're definitely keeping our paddles crossed. But not every WiiWare game is as simple as those two. Square Enix is releasing the lengthily titled Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles My Life as a King. In this extension of the brand, players get to control a king as opposed to the usual scrappy hero. Despite the moniker, this game doesn't feature any random battles. Instead, it's a city building simulator. You start with a small town and add buildings and businesses to attract residents. Sort of like Crystal Chronicles meets SimCity. One interesting twist is that players can purchase additional content for more money. For example, you can download a new costume for your king or additional buildings with a simple microtransaction. Looks like it's time for you Final Fantasy fanatics in the audience to start saving up your Wii points. Trust us, you're gonna need them.
So if you ever find yourself on fire, remember these 3 easy steps. Stop, drop, and X-Play replay.
Okay.
On today's show, we reviewed Shin Megami Tensei Persona 3 FES. It's only $30 and it features a new add-on that improves battles with new summons, new attacks, and 30 hours of content. I'm no mathematician, but I think that roughly works out to about $1 an hour, and that's just the extra content. Pick this one up. It's a 4 out of 5.
Now that is all the time we have today, but we'll be back tomorrow with another all-new X-Play at 8. On our next show, Altair is finally killing people on the PC, and we'll have our review of this new version of Assassin's Creed.
And because we don't like to stay within the lines, we'll run down the top open world games of 2008, GTA 4, Prototype, and more. Plus, we'll have a sneak peek of Wednesday's brand new Zero Punctuation review.
And be sure to tune in this Friday because we'll have a world premiere demo of Iron Man as well as an exclusive preview of The Force Unleashed.
Well, that's it for today. Thanks for watching.
See you next time.